Hi everyone. So I thought I'd run you through some of the products I'm going to use for this video, and then there'll be a product list at the end of the video as well, so you don't have to rush to take notes because there's some standard stuff that I use all the time as well. So what I'm going to do, first of all, this is, I believe this is Calypso Coral Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And it measures 11 inches long, so this way, by 4 1/4, and then scored and folded at 5 1/2. So that's the base card. I then used not Stampin' Up! Lawn Fawn stitched rectangles, the largest of the large set, and that creates your A2. It will fit the front of an A2 card. And I used that to die cut this panel. This panel comes from, I don't know if it's in the catalogue anymore, the Stampin' Up! Catalogue, but it's called Cupcakes and Carousels. Woo! And it's a 6x6 paper pad, and there's some very cool sort of what I would call distressed looking papers, but they're really cool. There was a coordinating stamp set and things like that, so I chose to use this stripy one, and that's kind of the leftover of that. I also used, again, I don't know if this is in the catalogue or not this year, I haven't stayed on top of that. If I can find out, I will, or if anybody knows about these two paper pads, then please leave them below. Leave a link below. Not a link, a comment. This is the Wood Textures Designer Series paper stack, and I believe this was a 6x6. I've actually cut all my paper, my 12x12, down to 6x6. It's just a size I use more of, and a lot of my scrapbooking I use Project Life sleeves, so I don't really need the 12x12 at the moment. You never know. And so I believe this was a 6x6 anyway, and so it's basically all these different wood textures in this pad, and this is just the scraps that I've got. So I used a piece of scrap to cut a length of this wood, and this will become more clear as to what I'm going to do with it. What I also did is I used the largest die again, the same one that I used to cut this piece, and I decided how big I needed this, how deep I needed this, and it measures about, it's just short of an inch wide. You could do 3/4 of an inch. It's completely up to you, but I wouldn't do more than an inch for what we're going to do today. And what I did was, when I cut it out, I actually used the die. I don't know if you can see the stitching along here, but I used the die to actually die cut that edge, so that when you layer it up on your panel, the stitching will continue all the way around. Does that make sense? And then I also did the same idea with a piece of white, Whisper White Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and you'll see what that's for in a minute. But I did the same thing so that I've got the stitching on the sides for that. And then the stamp sets, the main thing behind stamping is stamp sets. I'm getting so much reflection, sorry. I'm going to use Lawn Fawn's Costume Party. I have this idea, and I don't know whether you've worked it out already as to where I'm going with this, but I thought this would be kind of cute, and I had this idea, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe a week ago or something, but you know, I thought I'd finally share it with you. So I love all these little guys. They're all these kids that are dressed up for Halloween. So you've got a little pumpkin, he's dressed up as a pumpkin, dressed up as a witch, a mummy, a unicorn, and a dinosaur. Hello, I love dinosaurs and unicorns and Halloween. So perfect. And I thought what I think looks like toilet roll, I think it's hysterical. Anyway, so I've got those guys that I'm going to stamp. I'm also going to use a new to me stamp set, and again this is new to me as well. This is last year's release, I believe. This is a Mama Elephant Sentiments from a Yeti. There is another coordinating stamp set that goes with this. I do have that now, and I will be sharing a Christmas project with that along with this one. But what I wanted out of this was this banner, and you'll see what we're going to do with that. So that's all I'm using out of there, as well as I did get the coordinating dies for that. The reason I did that, and I don't often do this, because I have my scan and cut, which I will use to cut all these guys out as well. The reason I did that is because with a scan and cut you need a joined image, so your image needs to be completely closed, and there's some detailing on here, like stitch detailing, which I didn't think it would necessarily pick up, and I didn't want to lose that detailing. I thought it's only two little stamps, so I thought it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Every now and again I'll buy them, but mostly I don't do that anymore. And then I'm also going to use, again, I'm not sure if this is in the Stampin' Up! Catalogue this year. It's the Labeler Alphabet. And let's just see. And obviously it's a good alphabet stamp set. So I'm going to be using the alphas from here to actually stamp the message in the banner. So anyway, that's enough waffle for me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you to it, and I will see you in a second when I'll put some music on, and then you can watch me create what is in my head, and hopefully it turns out the way it's supposed to. So yes, so any of the other products that you see me use, I'll have a list at the end of the video, like I said, but they are, some of them for the most part are also standard pieces that are, you know, bits of, what am I trying to say? Things that I would use on most cards, so you'll see them a lot. So if I forget to link them, just assume I'll probably use them, because you'll probably see them in the videos. Anyway, I'll see you in a second.